All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon the Grizzly, and we're going to review the new Robert Eggers movie, Nosferatu. We got Bill Skarsgard as Count Orlok, Willem Dafoe's in it, Lily-Rose Depp is Ellen, Nicholas Hoult is Thomas. You know, we got Emma Corrin in there as well, Aaron Taylor Johnson. So it is a pretty good cast with an awesome director with a good track record. Does this one continue? We will see if Robert Eggers hit another classic. We'll see if that happens. So we're gonna get into our review with our likes, our dislikes, our rating at the end. Before we get into that, Brian, you got a rundown of what this one is about?
Just gonna see if I can do it with my eyes closed.
All right.
In the 1830s, estate agent Thomas Huffer travels to Transylvania for a fateful meeting with Count Orlok, prospective client. In his absence, Hutter's new bride, Ellen, is left under the care of their friends, Frederick and Anna Harding. Plagued by horrific visions and an increasingly sense of dread, Ellen soon encounters an evil force that's far beyond her control. And yeah, that's the movie. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Why are you leaving your wife? Whatever.
Yeah. You gotta go to work, man. I guess.
Hey, she can sit in the back.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said, it's Robert Eggers' fourth movie, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth major movie, I want to say. Yeah, so he definitely has a style. So we'll get into all that stuff. Brandman, what you think about this remake of Nosferatu?
The feel of it, I love that it wasn't necessarily scary, but it was more of like a sense of dread throughout the entire movie. And Robert Eggers, from a visual cinematography standpoint, this was incredible. You could tell how much he loved the original Nosferatu, going just through, based on his visual approach. I think that his visual approach really lends itself to something to like Nosferatu. Just look at the Northman, the witch, the lighthouse. So, and I'm trying to figure out how to word this the most aptly, but in addition to the sense of dread that you feel throughout the entire movie, it's almost like, to me, like, especially since the movie took place in the thick of winter, I even felt cold watching the movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, cinematography wise, I thought the acting was on point. I was never really like wowed or blown away by Lily-Rose Depp as an actress, but I think so far this is probably my favorite thing from her that I've seen her in. And I thought she did a great job, which kind of makes me feel like Robert Eggers is very good at directing actors. He's not good at just directing his movie, his whether it be adaptations like this or something that he wrote and came up with himself. But I think he's really, really good with directing actors and making them work to his advantage. Hence why Lily-Rose Depp really held her own alongside an entire cast of other actors who've been doing this for years and years. And, obviously I got to give my props to Bill Skarsgard. The dude killed it, tall, creepy beings are where he excels.
Give him that weird mouth droop thing that he does. He does so well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Brian, what about you? What you like about this movie?
Okay, so I thought the original Nosferatu, the screenplay, the idea of it is brilliant, right? It's one of the best things ever. Like, so I feel like Eggers didn't have to do much as far as the directing of the shots for shots. I think he knew the epic shots that he needed to hit. It's like you have a North Star, and I felt like he knew exactly what he had to hit, and he did it. He literally did it. But I don't want to give him like this, like he created the shot, because a lot of these shots were epic shots that are already there. Like are the Nosferatu, theme. That's what it is. But he hit the feeling. I would say that the feeling, you felt it the entire time. I think everyone, I mean, it was just beautifully shot. The people looked awesome. The girls were beautiful. Bill Skarsgard was creepy as all get out. Just all those things kind of really hit for me. Overall, it just was gorgeous. But I don't think the story, scared me as much as I thought it was supposed to. So, you guys say it was more creepy and suspenseful, and I think it was definitely suspenseful. But I wanted to be more creepy. I thought it was more very shadowy. Like it's more of a psychological. This is what could be there more than what's in your face. And I thought it could have been even more revealed to be in your face a little bit more. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I only had to look away like 15 times.
With it, nice. And you saying like not scary, but like suspenseful and stuff. I saw somebody say it was haunting, and I think that's a really good way to put it. Because it's not scary, and it's not in your face, and I appreciate that it's not in your face in this world of like jump scares and stuff like that, like being in the shadows and lurking and always feeling this presence of death almost, just like I thought that was super well done, and then Eggers with the shots he did during the day I thought were very interesting, but this movie works best in like the shadows. Like you watch it in the theater, everything's dark and pitch black. Even when this comes out at home, you watch it in the dark, and it works the best with something like that. Now Bryce got every light. You got a flashlight just in case.
I need everyone home. I'm not watching it alone either. I don't need the house creaking or nothing. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but this one definitely like worth the hype, from a great director, and all the cast was great. I really have to give like props to what's her name, the Lily-Rose Depp. I did not expect her to be good. She knocked it out of the park with this. Like she, like between like the physicalness that she had to do with a lot of this weird movement of being possessed and stuff, to just being like confused and like lost at times, because it's I thought she did a really good job, and I'm thinking like, she's just a nepo baby, right? Like she did really good. She did really good, and that was my like surprise of the whole movie, was like how good she really was. Everyone else I expect Willem Dafoe to be awesome, because he is,
he's Willem Dafoe.
Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, they were all amazing. Even Aaron Taylor Johnson was in this. Coming off of Craven, is like
Craven,
this saved his career. He's like, because he was really good in this one as well, for being that side character. But yeah, all the performances were great. I thought it was shot gorgeously. Brian said that gothic, vibe of everything. It's like what, 1800s. I forgot what year.
Definitely 19th century. Transylvania. You felt the 19th century Transylvania.
So it felt scary, and it just had that vibe, like that dark and glooming, haunting vibe the entire time. Like what's real and what's not real, and at any moment this guy can like just be there, So, but cool. That's our likes. We'll get into our dislikes. Brandman, what do you have any issues with the movie? Any problems?
Some of the runtime could have been trimmed a little bit. There were parts where it kind of dragged.
Yeah,
I'd say that's my number one thing. Eggers did get a little self-indulgent with his framing and shooting of certain scenes, and at times I think that's what he was kind of thinking when it came to padding the runtime. I think that was my main. Yeah, that was probably my main thing.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian? Any issues?
It's gonna sound really, really weird, but the music was so dreadful.
Mhm.
It's so dreadful. Like it was almost
Mm.
too much. Like felt like you couldn't breathe. You know, like like all I felt was the dread and the despair, and it filled up the entire room a
Mhm.
lot, and which is usually really really good, but because there was nothing light about it, I
Mhm.
felt like something is darker when you have something light to compare it to. Sometimes I felt like it was a little bit too dark, too much dread. There was nothing to compare to a little bit.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's literally me just grasping at straws. Like
Yeah.
I'm like it's still good, but I do feel that way. I did feel it's a little long. I did feel like the music was a little bit dreadful, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all like crazy that like we can get it because like you had an issue that I loved that whole thing, that whole dread the whole time, like the dark on top of darkness, that's why even everything being so dark in the movie, like visually,
Mhm.
plus the vibe of being dark. But okay. Um I gotta go with what Bradman said. Like this could have been cut down. This is what, like 2 hours and 5 minutes or something like that. I think at least the runtime was like 210 or something like that.
Yeah,
You could have cut like 20 minutes minimum. The beginning of it was a little draggy. I think you could have jumped
it
through
was a
things a
lot of
little quicker.
setup. It was a
It's
lot
a
of
lot of setup. Like that whole first hour was really like setting up. Like I feel like he should have gone to Count Orlok's house quicker.
Mhm.
Like been there quicker and kind of really get it going. Like married, boom, you're there. But besides that, that's just more of like a little nitpick was just the runtime.
Yeah.
I think if you trimmed it down, got rid of some of the little fancy shots he did, like Brandman said. But
some of those
yeah,
are iconic shots. So he had to.
oh, yeah.
I feel like he had to do certain things. You can't do Nosferatu and not do certain shots.
Well,
Like it's
yeah,
just
like the one under you right there, like like that had to have been in the movie, and it was. So there's just some other ones, but 20 minutes. I think you could have got it under 2 hours for sure,
Mhm.
and I think it would have been a little bit of a better paced movie. But besides that, one thing I do see a lot of people complaining about the way Count Orlok looks. I didn't get that at all. At all. Like people are like, oh, he looks goofy. I'm like,
Like, did you
what?
ever see the first two movies?
Yeah. I'm like,
uh,
well, I don't want to ruin it. Like I said, we are the spoiler king, so we do spoilers. He has a mustache in this one.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's
And people are like, I've seen a lot of like, oh, why'd you look like Eggman? I'm like, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Eggman. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Like because they both have big mustaches. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
That's not what it looks like.
no. Like he was creepy. He was super creepy.
Mhm.
And for people to be like, oh, he looked kind of goofy. I was like,
What?
because he had a big mustache.
Mhm.
Like, like, like
No,
no.
I think what it is the idea of him was creepier than the look of him.
Mhm.
Mm,
But isn't that true for everything?
yeah.
Just
The
about, right?
idea is way worse than what you actually see because you can't make your deepest darkest fear. You can't make it for everybody.
Exactly.
So our rating system is a now, later, never. Now means you go watch it now before it gets spoiled or ruined. Later means wait till it's streaming at home, and never means just skip it altogether. Brandman, what are you giving Nosferatu?
I could definitely give it a no. It was one of my most anticipated of 2024 when I found out who all was involved.
Yeah.
And it really delivered. Like I said just a minute ago, I think it's probably in my top 10 of 2024. I just liked everything about it, like the sense of dread, the fear of the unknown. The casting was awesome. The way that it was shot was great. I think Robert Eggers really knows how to direct actors. I like that he, he has a very specific vision in mind, and he's just really good in delivering accordingly. So I thought he absolutely crushed it. It was everything that I was hoping that he'd deliver, and Bill Skarsgard is really carving out a niche for himself in terms of playing tall, gangly, creepy characters. We 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 need a tall, creepy. We got a tall, creepy character in the script. Get Skarsgard on. Get Bill on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the sense of dread and uneasiness that played out throughout the entire movie, just the overall feel of it. I thought Eggers crushed it. I was sitting like this the entire time. So
Yeah.
I could give it a no. Just very easily a no.
Okay. What were you, Brian? What are you giving it?
I hated it because it's a scary movie. But no. If you're into those type of movies, this is definitely a now. Suspenseful, very good scenery. Like you felt everything that was going on. It's a now. It's just not for me. I'm not going to go see this again. I'm not going to go, get it on. I didn't go pre-order Nosferatu. No, I'm not going to be doing that. I don't need that in my life. I don't need it in my house. But that's just not me. I think life is already scary enough. I don't need monsters coming after me. Hey, that's it. But as far as the movie part, it's a good movie, and he did a great job directing it. And I got through. So that's
you survived. Yeah, for me, this is a now, man. This is definitely one of my best movies. I think it's gonna be somewhere in my top 5, honestly, for the year. If it wasn't for the runtime, if it was a little bit more tighter, this would be almost like one of the best movies, if not the best movie of the year. Because I had so much of a good time with it. Yeah, because I love that whole suspense. The thing that you said you didn't like with the darkness, and it just kind of creepy. Like it had me on my edge of the seat because the whole time I'm just like he could pop up, and it just had this really not scary, but just very like again haunting, creepy. It was such a great way to put it. And I think it did a really good job at that. And and all the actors did everything. Nicholas Hoult with his constant terrified for his life. Lily-Rose Depp with her nightmares. They all knocked it out of the park to bring it all together. And then finally, the cherry on top with somebody like Bill Skarsgard. Like being such an iconic character again. Being another iconic character with that's scary and lanky and creepy. Like Brandon said, that's what he does best. So.
Definitely the redemption that he needed this year after the Crow reboot, huh?
Oh, jeez, I forgot about that.
And for that matter, heck, Aaron Taylor Johnson just a couple weeks after the whole Craven fiasco, and now it seems like he's going to have a good year with 28 Years Later.
Yeah, this is the palate cleanser for some of the actors.
Yeah,
some of the good actors. Like, don't remember my last crap. Remember this one. But yeah, I'm definitely giving it now. It was very, very well done. And then a quick rundown of Rotten Tomatoes. 86% with the critics, 252 reviews, 86%. It's not bad. And then the audience, 5,000 plus verified, 75%. So
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. But the box office is always the big thing with Robert Eggers' movies. The budget was only $50 million, right? 50 opening weekend, domestically he made 53. So like he already kind of broke even more or less, like just opening weekend. It coming into the second weekend, I think it might do well. We'll see how big the drop off is, but
it's gonna be about 60%, 70% drop.
I think so. Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not,
for a movie like this. Yeah. If it breaks
15 million, probably I'm gonna say about 15, 16 million.
I can see that. I can see that. Like if this breaks 100, it's gonna be a positive, you know. And then if it gets to like 150, like it's definitely a big win. So, you know, but you know, he does what he does best. You know, he makes stylized movies that have a good story and they look great and they have great actors in it. You know,
Yeah.
that's Robert Eggers is just that guy now. You know, you see his name and you kind of get excited, you know, as a moviegoer. So, but cool. You know, that is our thoughts for this Nosferatu remake. 102 years later, we get a remake. Yeah.
That's
So,
Brand Man's. Yeah, that's where he goes. He's like, give me a
yeah,
century.
100 years. Yeah.
You can remake it. There we go.
That's good. Look, Gladiator has some time to sit before. But yeah, so that's our thoughts for Nosferatu. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about this movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What ratings you got about it or you have on it? But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know. If you are watching live, we appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out. And anybody in here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out with us. If you are live, stick around because we're going to get into your comments right now.